and welcome to NEWSI with me, Farah Theodore. To join or not to join a union, that is a question plaguing many employees in our country, especially those at Astaphans and Company Limited. Recently, during the COVID-19 period, as we're all familiar with, some of the employees, the unvaccinated employees at Astaphans, were implored to do regular testing. However, they were asked to bear their own cost of having these tests done. Now, this proved very disadvantageous to them because of their very low wages. Their take-home pay was too low to sustain that type of financial burden. So as a result, that was an impetus that really pushed them over to decide, hey, you know what? We need to have our concerns raised because this is too much of a burden on us, and they decided to join a union. Now, we were graced with, the presence of a current employee who is also a member of that union, and we were able to sit down with them and really gauge, what they're about and why they are doing what they're doing. Now, please be advised that their image is protected because we did not intend to single them out and rather place emphasis on the matter at hand.
Over the years, we as staff felt like our questions and concerns were being ignored, they were not being addressed. And what really pushed us to form a union was when a memo was passed around to staff saying that all unvaccinated persons would have to pay every 2 weeks to go on tests. So that really was a driving force to, where we come to and they said, something needs to be done. And we decided to meet up, whether it's through person, through WhatsApp, through Zoom, and we came up with the idea that we should form our own union as staff. We have heard about other unions in the past and realized since the pandemic started, we haven't heard any union coming forward really to represent staff or to approach us staff. So we decided, the best thing for us to do as staff is to represent ourselves because we know what we're going through, we know our concerns, we know the managers directly.
So over the past several years, and even way back then, but in our recent memory, concerns about minimum wage, health benefits, working conditions, retirement plans, all of these are issues that have been at the heart of every household for a very long time. And this young group of people are so empowering in that finally somebody has decided to step up and really, request more for themselves and really shine more light on that by deciding to, hey, we're going to organize our own selves and taking matters literally into their own hands. And that is a situation that many can emphasize with because it is pretty much known and understood that many employees across the board in different sectors do have their own individual concerns, which fall under pretty much the same umbrella, the basics. Minimum wage, everybody wants a, living wage, as one would say, health benefits. Who here has, that in any workplace they have? Who can afford insurance? That's a big topic these days. So many young people, get sick with cancer, different diseases, and need assistance. I mean, how many more GoFundMes are we going to be seeing around? So all of these relate to the general concerns of workers around. And another issue that many seem to forget is that of retirement. Okay, you're employed, you live paycheck to paycheck, you are sent home because of lack of job security, and then what happens from there? So these issues and more, and even a sense of independence. Yes, we hear people throw terms around like, hey, I'm a self-made person, I'm an independent person, but who here really is financially independent? Can you really sustain yourself by the job you have? Because many people we know need a family system or some sort of support system to fall back on. Because what the money income we earn, it cannot pay everything. So we are appreciative of the opportunity to meet with at least one person who can speak on behalf of others and give us a sense of what it is like working at Astaphans, and to explain the process of how they became unionized and what their goals are going forward. So let's take a look at what this particular person had to say.
When the first memo came out during April, every staff was tense, and they wasn't sure what to do. We were talking, we deciding what should we do, what can we say, as staff. And we came up with the idea to meet, so we will meet after work, or whether it's through WhatsApp or it's through Zoom, to discuss different ways to go about it. And one of the ways that came out was to form a union. And we met on the 5th of May, and we decided, we're going to form a union, and we decided on the name of National Service Workers Union. And we also voted, different board members, people for different positions. And with that being done, we decided on the 10th of May to notify the company, that we have formed this union and we are ready to meet with them to sit down to discuss the memo that was sent out that unvaccinated staff had to use their own money to pay to go and test.
So with these steps done, union was formed, an executive was set up, the management was notified. Was the union also formally registered, or properly registered, as one would say? Because there seems to be a large, misunderstanding in that sense.
After everyone was elected, the different resolutions were put out there, we signed it, and then it was then signed by an officer, at the court. So, yes, the union was well formed. We're just waiting on response from the minister, to just give the sign off that we can get our certificates. It is commendable that these determined young people are cognizant of their own rights, not only as citizens of this land, but also as employees, as workers, as laborers, as one would say. They're aware of the labor laws that exist, and they're aware of the protections that are afforded to them under our Constitution. So, and not only in that essence, but also the rights of workers are also protected by international conventions and so on. So therefore, it is refreshing, as one would say, to see them really take initiative and decide to stand for themselves and do better. And hopefully, we hope that the management of Astaphans and Company and other companies as well will really look at the employees and not being, a group of people to be against, like we versus them, but rather realize that you're all on the same team. You have the same objectives. Yes, you may have a company, but what is it without your employees? They are the heart of it. They are the backbone of it. So therefore, this spirit of collaboration and cooperation, appreciation, it needs to be invoked. Because at the end of the day, can the management really run a company on their own? Somebody has to do the heavy lifting. And therefore, to increase productivity among your employees, give them a sense of place, a sense of belonging, a sense of, I have some vested interest in this. And don't make it like, we are modern day slaves and some hamster wheel. Is this the essence of their lives? Is that what it is? In the later years, they're going to be like, hey, like a lyric in a song, like Kanan would have said, I know struggle and struggle knows me. And then you feel like, is that the purpose of my life? I just meant to struggle all my days. And kudos to them. That's what keeps democracy alive. That's what makes life worth living and keeps things dynamic. And don't forget, as much as we all appreciate our weekends, remember it was unions who brought about the end of child labor. It was unions who, regularized our working hours. And unions as well gave us the weekend. So many other benefits that we have right now is because of the efforts put in by these things. Because remember, when you have large corporations or large businesses, like for our local
Astaphans and Co. is a pretty big deal, they are a household name. But being able to feel seen and heard and being able to have a dialogue with your employees is very important. It's very important, not just for benefits and higher wages, but also for your morale. Because at the end of the day, we all of us are humans. People want to feel, respected and appreciated. And their sense of value and human dignity has to be acknowledged and cherished. So we are watching eagerly to see how things progress and what happens from here. But it is undeniable that this is really a game-changing move. And we hope that employees across the board take note and really start to ask themselves, hey, is that something I would consider? Do I want more for myself? Am I deserving of more? Do I deserve, to be respected, appreciated, and seen and heard in my place of work? Or are you comfortable being intimidated and, have a sense of lack of security where you can be replaced at any given day? So as they say, unity is in numbers, strength is in numbers, and let's see how we can progress effectively as a society in, peace, love, and collaboration. So thank you very much for joining us at NEWSI, and until next time for the next hot discussion.